haven't seen another person here in forever. Seems like they all come out at night anymore. Hey, wait, don't run, wait. Oh. Another one of those doll things? Here too. Alright. Whatever. Fuck it. So, the journal that I found from one of the guys in the doll masks, the one in the snow, it doesn't seem like it was his journal. It looks like it's a sort of researcher's journal. It has information on how that creature attacks. And it's also got some pretty interesting information about the guys in the doll masks, which is logically probably why he had it. But I'm gonna read it for the sake of recording it. A study of the damage caused by the slender figure reveals that it attacks via extremely high-powered sound waves, also known as infrasound and ultrasound. At close range, the creature can disrupt and/or destroy the eardrums of a target, causing severe pain and disorientation. At a further range, the waves it emits seem to lose power and cause victims to experience nausea or discomfort, which we've all experienced. Autopsy reports reveal that as the close-range sound waves move through the brain, they seem to cause gas bubbles to form, and upon rupturing, leave a cavity. The brains of the deceased were found to have many tiny cavities. This cavitation, which affects the gas nuclei in human tissue, and heating can result from exposure to ultrasound. It can cause damage to the tissue and organs. Living victims appear to often suffer memory loss and short attention spans after an attack. Impaired vision, as described by the victims during the time of the attack, has been noted and have been caused by the frequency of the sound waves causing vibration in the eyeballs. That's creepy. Other detrimental effects in the creature's attacks include effects on the human central nervous system, resulting in physical pain, breathing difficulty, vertigo, nausea, disorientation, and other systemic discomfort. Interference with breathing poses the most significant and potentially lethal results. Light and repetitive visual signals can induce epileptic seizures. Vection and motion sickness can also occur. Studies have found that exposure to high-intensity ultrasound at frequencies from 700 kHz to 3.6 MHz can cause lung and intestinal damage. Heart rate patterns following vibroacoustic simulation have resulted in serious negative consequences, such as atrial flutter and bradycardia. So, essentially, kind of a heart attack. Your heart implodes, it shuts down, depending on the sound waves. That's great. The extraoral, unrelated to hearing bioeffects on various internal organs and the central nervous system included auditory shifts, Vibrotactical sensitivity change, muscle contraction, cardiovascular function change, central nervous system effects, vestibular or inner ear effects, and with the chest wall, lung tissue effects. Other researchers found that low-frequency sonar exposure could result in significant cavitations, hypothermia, and tissue shearing. No follow-on experiments were recommended. Tests performed on mice showed the threshold for both lung and liver damage as occurs at about 184 decibels. Damage increases rapidly as intensity is increased. Often heightened intensity induces. Similar to shell shock, victims seem to display a variety of symptoms, including but not limited to panic, inability to reason, failure to thrive, insomnia, and the loss of motor skills. So they're retarded. There appears to be a loss of self-control as a whole after moderate exposure. Long-term exposure to the slender figure results in neurosis for many of its victims, whom have displayed signs of intense anxiety, hysteria, depression, anger, negativity, cynicism, habitual anger, fantasizing, phobic avoidance, and nearly endless variety of phobias. Often displayed clearly are cognitive problems such as unpleasant or disturbing thoughts, schizoid isolation, socioculturally inappropriate behaviors, repetition of thoughts or ideas, and even obsession, which sounds a lot like what Vincent and Angela were going through. In nearly all cases, the victims seem to have strong reactions to the operator symbol, which is the symbol we've seen everywhere, ranging from anxiety to fear, and will even go as far as to turn aggressive. When questioned about their reaction to the symbol, most victims displayed a sense of hostility and resentment toward the subject. The smallest percentage were not respondent. There is one very interesting trait among all the victims, both living and deceased: age. It appears that the creature only attacks victims over the age of 21 years. I've done some research to further back my theory, and found that according to the families of the same children ages 20 and under, they had all expressed fear or concern about a tall, thin figure, whom some had even described as having multiple appendages and being clothed in formal attire. There are far too many cases for this to be brushed off as coincidence. It kills victims over 21, it takes the younger ones away. It is unknown how the creature produces the sound waves it attacks with, though it is theorized that it emits them through its head, which is void of features. Also theorized is the way it finds its victims, through a detection similar to sonar, acoustic location. In addition to this, if one of its victims is around the others, whom are not targets, it will then target them as well, leading to them also becoming victims. So it really is like a virus. While the slender creature has been witnessed by many, it is yet to be captured for testing. All attempts to capture or restrain the creature have been met with dire results, and all attempts have been thus abandoned. While there are no future plans set forth to reattempt this, I personally find myself attracted to the idea. This page says the symbol that seems to represent the slender creature. There's also, at this fold, more writing, which looks like it's about the ones in the doll masks. It appears that there are a group of people that have begun following this creature now. I've watched them for quite some time now, and to my knowledge, they have not noticed. They appear to be cult-like in manner, all wearing featureless masks and dark, hooded shirts. I have learned that the reason for this is that they want to be closer with the creature, to have more in common ground with it, in the theory that doing so will allow them a natural reputation with it. I have witnessed them being pursued by the creature several times, the result of which being the same as it would for any other victim. It appears that in a belief strong enough to even be considered borderline religious, they are in denial about the attacks. As far as the demographic of the members, it seems as though most of them are young to middle-aged males based on body structure and motion. There are several females that appear to range in age, but significantly less of them. I've witnessed their cult-like affiliations with rituals and sacrifice. They are known cannibals, resorting to human meat when they are unable to catch an animal. The rituals include bloodletting, sacrifices, fires, and even ceremonies appearing similar to that of a Christian or Catholic mass. I'm unsure of the exact purpose of the latter ceremony, but from what I've seen, there's a bowl of what would appear to be human gore, associated with a knife, on a table. Each one of the dolls proceeds to stand up, go to the bowl, and add drops of their own blood to it via a small incision with the knife. Once they've all had a turn at it, they sit and appear to be in a trance. They remain motionless in this state, and seem completely unaware of their surroundings. Occasionally, some of them often seem to have mild convulsions during the stage, but the cause is unknown. I'm afraid to get closer to further study this. Though they do not seem to interact with anyone else other than each other without extreme hostility, occasionally they appear to take a break from their otherwise serious demeanor and seem to enjoy childlike activities, such as using a playground or playing with dolls. Although this behavior is not completely understood, one can theorize that it may be the result of mild brain damage or trauma from the attacks by the creature. Occasionally, those with neurosis will revert back to a cognitively safe area in childhood to escape the current situation. It has also been observed that the female members are more likely to do this than the males. In conclusion to my studies, or at least for now, these people that I have since dubbed the dolls appear to never remove their featureless doll masks in order to avoid becoming victims of the creature. They are hostile and extremely dangerous to anyone whom is not in their group, though I have yet to witness an invitation, thus allowing the improbable possibility of them being a family or pre-compiled group. It seems that they have lost all sane and logical reasoning, and appear to have cult-like affiliations. Though some seem to be more cognitively intact than others, they as a general are unapproachable. I have been witness to countless types of rituals, seemingly religious in nature, and appearing to be an effort to save themselves from the creature. Rather futilely, one might add. These rituals have been the cause of death for many a victim of the creature. They are an aggressive group with varying neurosis, and they are extremely dangerous. They're unpredictable at best. Seems to be the symbol related to the creature. The dolls seem to draw the symbol where they have been, and have a clear attraction to it, possibly religious. And that's all that's written in it. So, very sloppily written. It seems like it's been scribbled in as whoever wrote it went along. If it attacks with sound waves, then that would explain why we get so sick afterward. The nausea, disorientation, the waking up in random locations, can't sleep at night, the insomnia, all of it is just dead on. I have to let the others read this.